right, here we go. We are rolling. We're rolling. And action. Okay, so we're on the part 2 of why we get fat on keto. This is a huge subject because not only does it include the subject of insulin and glucagon, it also comes down to calories and macros and metabolic type and phenotypes and epigenetics and all this kind of stuff. So it's quite detailed, and I'm getting to learn it all myself. I'm not the expert, but I've learned a whole hell of a lot, and I want to share it with you guys. So this is the part 2, so look for part 1. I'll summarize very quickly. So I was speaking about in the first video about where's my teaspoon. All right, here we go. Here we go. Here's a teaspoon. This is the amount. Yes, and I was showing the other video. This is the amount of glucose that your body can handle every time you eat a meal and feel satiated. That's it. 1 teaspoon. If you're eating more than 1 teaspoon, then the pancreas has to work harder to get the glucose out of the bloodstream, because glucose is poisonous, carbs essentially, over the amount of this much is poisonous to the bloodstream. Oops. Oopsie. It's poisonous to the bloodstream consistently in the modern humans beyond 5 grams, because your body can do the math, 5 grams, but once you start going 6, 7, 8, and we have 50 grams, people eat like 300 carbs a day. And so then the pancreas has to overshoot the insulin. It literally just goes, I can't do the math anymore, so let's just dump it in buckets into the bloodstream, and then boom, you have a hypoglycemic response, or you're cranky, you're hungry, you're irritated, you're agitated, and a whole host of issues like serotonin over time wears out. And so your serotonin production, which is the balance hormone, which is a lot of the reason why you guys are depressed, is because you can't manage your serotonin, and you can have little squirts of it like into the bloodstream when you do something compulsive like gambling, drugs, arguing, destructive behavior, and that's the reason why we're out of control. Yes, blood sugar dysregulation, plus other things that are neurotoxins like wheat and pesticides and chemicals and MSG and whatevers and aspartame and all this crap, and too much glucose into the bloodstream, which is type 3 diabetes to the brain, which is why we're so junked up and why there's more cases of autism and our screwed up milk and hormones and all this kind of stuff. But why we get fat, which is the title of this video, because I know that it'll get more attention than me talking about, let's learn more about the endocrine system connected to the ketogenic diet. That's not sexy, right? That's not like titillating. So let's break it down to why we get fat, because that's what you guys want to know about. And that's a subject I really don't care about, because if you get healthy, like how to get healthy, no one will watch the video. Maybe 3 people. But really it is about getting healthy, because if you're healthy, then your body's going to respond. Your body's not responding because it's clogged up, like constipated. But even if you can poop, it's clogged up in your methylation or your detoxification pathways, and that's the problem, which is why, yes, you get fat. And then the fat cells do store toxins, and so you're just a toxic freaking mess. But if you're eating healthy animals, and you're eating high fat from healthy animals, you're not eating toxin. You're eating toxin when you're eating unhealthy animals, which is why I invest all my money into my food and almost nothing else, because I really don't care. I really don't care. I don't care to get a new car. I don't care to buy new things. I just care to have the mother-sucking business. Boosh! That's what I care about. At almost 50. Because I've got the stamina and the energy to kill it. To do well in life. To have a sense of balance in my freaking brain. So this is what I talk about. And I'm not pacifying you guys who come to watch and saying that coffee's okay and cheese is okay and all these stupid addictions. I really don't care, and I don't know why you guys watch who are still addicted to that, and then you complain. But then again, serotonin, adrenals, all that. But so we get fat because of insulin, essentially. It's there's a lot of little reactions down in them. There's a lot of things going on. But if we really want to just simplify it and say something really quick, it's the insulin. So when you go on the ketogenic diet and you find yourself gaining weight, and you're finding yourself with your glucose spiking, which is quite interesting. And this is why products like Ketopia and Prove It or any other, I think they're like now those companies are in clashing competition, And people will literally email me now. First they were like, oh my God, this is this great product to get you in ketosis in like 3 hours. And I'm just like, nothing works like that. And it's a lie. And it's really sad because it's preying on people who may even have cancer, who may need to keto adapt. But these products are touting that you can lose weight in 6 days and have the business. Well, they don't have the business. They better not say they have the business because they don't. And the problem is that even though your ketones are up here and you have a ketone spike, if your glucose is high, you're still storing. Because why? Because insulin is still being secreted. That's it. Insulin is a storage hormone where it makes things grow. Muscles, fat cells. So if your glucose is high, which is why these stupid companies are so dumb, and I told them, when they came to me wanting to be a part of these companies, and I'm like, screw you. I'm not lying to people. I'm not. I don't care about money that much, to be honest. I really don't. If I did, I would be having a million recipes with cheese. How dumb am I? Yeah? Why would I go against the grain? Because that's just the way I roll. Yes. Okay. So now we know that insulin is a storage hormone, or it makes things grow. So you cut out your carbs. You do like, oh my God, I'm doing like I'm doing 8 total carbs a day, and I've got my protein here. I have my fat at 170, which is also the wrong numbers, grams. And why am I still getting fat? I'm still crushing stuff the keto flu. Why don't I have the business? Why can't I get lean? Is that Stephanie's genetics? No. That's Stephanie willing to do whatever it takes to get out the allergens and the toxin and clear up my detoxification highways. No traffic jams. So I can methylate. So then I can have the business. And I can keep myself in an insulin sensitive, which is less insulin. So insulin resistant people eat carbs. They eat too many carbs. They have too much glucose at the bloodstream. The body releases all this insulin to get rid of it because it stays in the bloodstream after digestion. You'll get sick and die, or get very sick and have kidney failure. So you got to put it somewhere. You can't poop it or pee it out that fast. So where does it go? Boom! Your fat cells. And it makes those fat cells grow. Then the fat cells learn how to become very efficient at storing and very inefficient at burning. And what does that? This blood sugar dysregulation reality. Because the body's like, you can't go to bed late, drink coffee, eat foods that are allergens like cheese and dairy from A1 cows. You can't do these things and eat like bread and corn and GMO crap and not sleep and drink alcohol and run your body through the ground and have a slump, a reactive post lunch slump, and then expect your body to run in perfect condition. It's not going to. And it's going to reflect on how your body looks. And then it's up to your mind to change your patterns to then change your body, because your mind is so closely connected to the way your body responds. And we are stress mongers. We develop things like decision fatigue, anxiety, depression, mood disorder. It's insane. And nobody really connects it to food and lifestyle. So I went to this gym yesterday, and this woman's like, how do I get your arms? Oh my God, like, how? And I was like, to be honest, it's really about your diet. Because your diet is going to have the tools to then be able to heal the body. So then when you exercise, you have all the tools and equipment to have those muscles respond. And I said, but the most important thing, and how to get nice arms, yes, is sleep. She's like, sleep? I never heard that before. That's weird. And I was like, I know, because you see videos like P90X and Insanity and all this crap, and nobody talks about detoxing the body from its garbage. Even your thinking detoxing. So I don't mean going and doing a cleanse. I'm just saying clear everything up in your life. All right. So you go on the ketogenic diet, and you go through the keto flu. Okay, my sugar spikes sometimes. Sometimes people hit those ketogenic numbers within the first 5 days, and they're like, I'm in. And then a couple days more pass, and all of a sudden their glucose shoots up. Well, in the very beginning, the body's like, whoa, no glucose, and then ketones are being made, but they're not necessarily 100% being used. That's an evolutionary process where the brain actually learns how to use ketones. It's not about the ketones, guys. It's all about the glucose. Because if your ketones are where they're at, but your glucose is shooting up too high, those ketones become unusable. And the body is still using insulin. And insulin is a really tricky hormone because it kind of prevents ketogenesis from coming fully through. Nobody thinks about this stuff. So those stupid companies like Ketopia and Prove It, where they're very expensive, where you take each dose and spikes your ketones, I'm like, you're not in ketosis, you're not losing weight. A lot of people drop their calories because, of course, nobody eats enough when they do keto. They don't eat enough fat. They're eating 1,200 calories a day, and they might as well be doing the HCG diet. I swear y'all need to go and just think about what makes sense. Yes, in the wild, we were able to get into ketosis. We didn't have overtaxed adrenals. Our pineal glands weren't messed up because we were actually going to sleep and waking up at the right time, which kept our adrenal health in order. As long as we didn't have an infection and we weren't starving to death, then we were able to be pretty balanced because we were about energy conservation. In today's society, we're all about burning the candle at both ends. And it's reflective in your body. And then you go and you have more than this much carbohydrate. And then the pancreas is like, yo, I didn't eat more than this in the wild. Because fruits have been hybridized and genetically modified to be super sweet with a lot of fructose. We're adding fructose into all of our foods. Yes, our livers don't function well. We're estrogen dominant. Men, yeah, you too. Our bodies get clogged up. Things don't work properly. So when your body's stressed out, it has a propensity to raise and spike its glucose, which is why you are releasing insulin. And insulin makes fat cells grow. And now your fat cells from bad lifestyle are primed and conditioned to divide and swell. Now you have more fat cells than what you were born with. So you're just a fat machine, even on keto. So what do? We got to flood our body with fat. Because your body is not going to give up its commodity to burn fat, especially from the body, if it's stressed out making glucose through gluconeogenesis. And too much gluconeogenesis or too much activity within the adrenals to make cortisol is a problem. And then our adrenals get worn out. And now your cortisol is too low in the morning. And the body is just tired. And you try to keto adapt and it's still trying to raise its glucose because your fat's not high enough. Because you're staying up late at night. Because you're eating foods that are allergens to the body. There ain't no coffee trees in the wild. I heard coffee's good for me. Well, then give it to a newborn. Oh, no, I wouldn't do that. What would make them hyper? Well, what about the pesticides? Well, I do the bulletproof, come on, people. Now, we know that this is not caffeine-free, nor is it mycotoxin-free. You can't strip it all out. Don't be dumb. Don't be. Yes, it is what it is. What about decaf, right? No. You have this methyl chloride chemical that is freaking toxic. You're better off just drinking the coffee, and then that's garbage because that makes you D deficient. A lot of you guys develop malabsorption, which is another reason why you get fat. Your leptin doesn't work as well, and the signaling to burn your thyroid hormones are off. So many women are like, my hair is thinning, I don't know why. I'm like, ugh. So, why do you guys get fat? Insulin. From what? Glucose that you're making without even eating any carbs. How do you fix it? Go to bed early. Try to get your B's in and get some sun exposure. Sleep. These are some of the things you have to do to fix the adrenals and your thyroid over time. Clean the gut up. The gut is very important. See if you're estrogen dominant. Those are things that make you fat, is the estrogen dominance. And guys, you're T levels are too low. If you want to learn more, go to stephanieperson.com and book a consultation. I'll talk to you.